So I'm going to show you a tool that I built in response to challenges that I saw by my clients, by my colleagues, where they're doing lots of data work in Excel, they're using it all day, every day, and they know how to use a spreadsheet, but they've been on training courses, but they don't know how to do the day-to-day challenges of working with data in Excel in the most efficient way. And so what they tend to do is ask people or Google search, which isn't particularly efficient. So what I tried to build was something actually that would sit directly within the Excel application, a contextual kind of way, and actually help people to guide them through how to do particular tasks, not necessarily just explain features of the application. The tool is an add-in, so it's in the ribbon, and there are about 40 or 50 different topics, which are all how-to topics, split into about 6 different categories. So each of them have about 5 to 10 topics in them. So things like comparing a list using a lookup formula, filtering a list for unique values, referring to a range dynamically using offset. So clicking on one of these opens up the content in the old F1 style help. And here you can navigate to other topics. You can perform a search by keywords on topics or look at them up in a list. And with the actual content is all here. So each topic has an example workbook, and you can. This is embedded within the application, so you can type in here and type formulas and navigate around it, or you can just click to open it in Excel. And then all the content is in bite-sized chunks, broken down with the explanations of how to do each topic. Where there are hyperlinks to other topics, these are shown in there, and clicking on one of those will open it up in a pop-up window. In each section at the end, you've got a try it out. This is an exercise for the user to use that example workbook and carry out an exercise. And there's a little animation there showing you how to do it and an explanation. And that's followed by an answers workbook, which then has the answers, so the workbook with the exercise completed. So again, you can look at that and see what it is in there, or just open it directly in Excel. There's also a quiz. So this is for you to test your knowledge and see which topics you might want to focus on. So if you answer a question wrong, that will give you then an explanation potentially of what the right answer is and the topic you need to look at in order to learn more about that particular area. At the end of the quiz, you can see your score and go back and review the questions and look at which ones you got right and wrong and see which topics you need to look at in more detail.
Hi there. So just a question. On this demonstration, do you need 2 screens to make this work the best? Just because if you're going to have a demonstration of how to, you could do with it on one screen so that you can actually do it at the same time on the right? Or have I just missed the bit there? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that would be preferable if you have 2 screens.
So that's just something to think about, just because I don't know. I mean, I do actually think I've had 2 screens, but I don't know how many people do. So that's just something to think about.
But is there a way you can think of that would work well on one screen?
Well, I mean, for me, what would be great if I was doing an Excel sheet is if you just typed in a load of numbers and then you said how to and you just pressed a button, what you're trying to get to, and then it kind of rejigged all the numbers and put it all in place. That's for me. It's probably unlikely.
I could just rewrite the whole thing.
Sorry, yeah, but in terms of your answer, no, I don't, I'm afraid.
Sure, okay, thanks.
Hi. From what it looks like from your demonstration, it seems like it's more of a proactive learning exercise rather than a response to a particular challenge that someone may encounter at a point in time. So if you're working with a data set and you suddenly think, how do I do something? From what you've demonstrated, that doesn't really look like it would answer the question. But what it does look like is it's the kind of thing which a lot of larger organizations which would send their kind of junior or middle management on one-day Excel training courses at great expense.
Yes.
That's the kind of thing which you could offer as a much cheaper and simpler product, which they would be able to do at their own desks in kind of half a day or something like that within their own office?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I said before, I don't really see this as the kind of structured learning. I think there is a place for structured learning, whether that's going to an off-site course for 2-3 days or taking a cheap alternative of doing e-learning. A lot of those are structured courses. You go through a whole series of exercises. What I was trying to target here was more the unstructured learning. It was more that, if you want to know how to do something, you're not going to go and watch a 2-hour video and hope it shows you what you want to do, or go and refer to material that you covered in a course last year. You're going to just ask someone to Google search it, essentially, because that's the quickest way of getting to know what you want to do. So the idea was, once people familiarise themselves with some topics in here, and obviously these are not completely comprehensive, it can't be, but I've tried to get as broad a range as possible, so that if people familiarise themselves with it, actually I don't know how to do this, but I remember there is something in here that might help me. So then they go to that at that point and learn it straight away.
Thank you so much, Rishi. Can we have a massive round of applause for Rishi, please? So next up.